Umahi swims in murky waters. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. To get notified when we post hot juicy news update, please click on the notification bell. Last Tuesday's judgment by a federal high court sacking the Ebonyi state governor, his deputy and the state's lawmakers for defecting from the political parties to the ruling All Progressive Congress has again rekindled the debate on whether a governor can be removed from office over defection or not. Alex Onuma writes. A federal high court in Abuja on Tuesday started the honest nest when a sacked governor of Ebonyi State, Mr. David Umahi, and his deputy, Dr. Eric Kelechi, over the defection from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressive Congress, APC, thereby reigniting the debate. The court also ordered the 15 members of the Ebonyi State House of Assembly, including the Speaker, who defected from the PDP to the APC, to immediately vacate their seats. In his judgment, Justice Iyange held that a number of votes of 393,042 votes Umahi secured at the March 9, 2019 Ebonyi State governorship election belonged to the PDP, hence could not be legally transferred to the All Progressive Congress APC. The court noted that both Umahi and Igwe's defection to the APC not only threw out the PDP but also the votes that belonged to the party. Justice Ekwo held that the governor and his deputy failed to adequately defend the substantive issues concerning the defection. He further held that Umahi and his deputy cannot claim to be unaware of the consequences of the act of defection. The judge pointed out the Constitution is put in jeopardy when the will of the electorate who voted for a political party can be brazenly mechanized by candidates without consequence. He noted that the Constitution does not treat the issue of defection lightly, referencing Section 221 of the 1999 Constitution. Declaring the continued occupation of office by Messrs. Umahi and Igwe unconstitutional, the court said it is in the breach of the provisions of Section 1792A and B of the 1999 Constitution. It would be constitutionally wrong for a person who was not sponsored by one political party to defect and become a member of another political party before the expiration of the period he was elected, the judge held. The APC cannot govern Ebonyi through the third and fourth defendant, Mrs. Umahi and Igwe, when it did not win the election that produced them. Having defected to another party, they cannot hold on to the vote of a plaintiff, PDP, to remain in office, the court declared. The judgment did not stop there, as the court went further to order 15 members of the Ebonyi House of Assembly, including the Speaker, who defected from the PDP to the APC as soon as the governor defected, to immediately vacate their seats. Justice Ekwo held that the defection was unlawful and that having abandoned the political party on which platform they stood election, they could no longer occupy the seats. The judge consequently declared that seats vacant and restrained them from further parading themselves in the capacity of members of the Ebonyi State House of Assembly. However, Umahi, who did not see anything wrong with his defection in November 2020, said the judgment was purchased. Speaking at a press conference in Abakaliki as soon as the judgment was delivered, Umahi, who said he was still the governor of Ebonyi State, added that he was not surprised that the judge delivered the judgment in favor of the PDP. According to him, Justice Ekwo was on a mission to embarrass the APC and the federal government, saying, "I feel sorry for the Nigerian judiciary." He said he will appeal the judgment. Umahi declared, "I am still the governor of Ebonyi State and there is no tension at all. In the first place, there is no constitutional provision for any hatchet man to remove a governor. There are 3 ways whereby a governor can vacate his office. It is either by death, resignation, and impeachment. There is no other constitutional provisions that empowers a hatchet man to turn the Constitution upside down." I have listened to the judgment of Iyange Ekwo, and it is very obvious that he was on a mission. He was making all effort to obtain the rulings of appeal and Supreme Court on issues like this. We have had the rumors before now on that he was determined to give judgment against all known laws and the Constitution, first to embarrass the APC and to equally embarrass the federal government. For me, I do not feel worried, but I feel so bad for the judiciary in Nigeria. The executive may have problems, the legislature may have problems, but the moment justice could be purchased, then we're in trouble in Nigeria. It is so obvious that the ruling this afternoon is clear evidence that this country is in trouble. Now let me tell you, this same judge has over 10 cases against the Ebonyi state government with him, and you can imagine what he is going to roll. We have petitioned him to NJC and will follow it up to the end to ensure that this man, Eko, is brought to justice. I wanted to disregard the judgment because it is null and void. Umahi had in November 2020 dumped the PDP, on which he was elected for 2 terms and moved over to the APC. Owing to the development, Senator Sonny Ogboji approached the court by way of originating summons and asked it to hold that the governor, having defected to the APC from PDP, ought to vacate the office. Ironically, when the same suit came up for judgment before the Abakaliki division of the Ebonyi State High Court, penultimate week, Justice H.A. Njoku dismissed it. The judge ruled that the governor did not flout any provision of the Electoral Act or the Constitution to warrant his removal from office. When this happened, the Ebonyi State chapter of the PDP vowed that it will appeal the government delivered by Justice H.A. Njoku at the Court of Appeal, describing it as a sham. It added that the judge erred in delivering the judgment and that it would petition the National Judicial Council, NJC, stressing that the judge's conduct debased the judiciary and abused court processes. There is no doubt that what Umahi and the state government did not understand is that Justice Eko's judgment may have again rekindled the fundamental question of who actually contests an election in Nigeria between a political party and the candidate. While Section 109(1)(g) of the 1999 Constitution was proposally couched to ensure that state lawmakers who defected from the political parties which they used to enter the assemblies were not allowed to retain their seat unless such defectors are able to justify the action, same was not clearly defined for state governors or stated for state governors. For this reason, many governors have uncontrollably defected and nothing happened to them. But on many occasions, the Supreme Court has emphasized sanctity of Section 221 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The section states, no association other than the political party shall canvass for vote for any candidates at any election or contribute to the funds of any political party or to the election expenses of any candidate at an election. Okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the news to say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.